everybody, I hope you're keeping well. Yesterday Dan collected a Too Good To Go Vegetarian Carvery Trimmings for my supper tonight, and it's in here and I'm going to heat it up. Let's have a look at it. It's a massive container. Look at that, it's enormous. There's red cabbage, there's roasties, there's balls of stuffing, cauliflower cheese and a Yorkshire pudding. Now the weather is really hot today. It's evening and it's still really hot, but I'm going to heat up the Yorkshire pudding in the oven just for about 10 minutes so it doesn't go soggy, and the rest of it I'll put in the microwave. So I'll see you in a bit. This is most of it. Some of it I can't possibly eat though, and I've put it aside. This will probably make some nice bubble and squeak, or even some kind of fish cakes. There's far too much for me. I'm not used to eating a lot of carbohydrate. I've got most of the vegetables and probably about half the mashed potato at most. Certainly no more than that. The Yorkie has come out of the oven. Feels nice and crispy around the edges. Now I must say that the tray itself is a bit flimsy. It's broken, and when it came out of the microwave, a little bit of the peas and the swede fell onto the glass plate in the microwave. This will obviously need to go into the recycling, which is a shame because I might have otherwise used it again. So here it is in all its glory. Yes, it does look a little bit of a mess, but it's getting on. It's nearly 8 o'clock. It's much later than I normally eat and I'm past caring. I'll give it a try. Is a little firm. It's quite dry. It's drier than what I get from the Toby. It hasn't got an unpleasant taste, it's just very dry. The carrots are nice. Nice fresh taste. Those are good carrots. I'll try the cauliflower cheese. That's nice. Nice cauliflower flavour. It's got some taste to it. Got a little bit of white cabbage here. Slightly overcooked for me. The peas are also a little overcooked for me as well. I like my veg al dente. The roasties, they feel slightly spongy. But they've gone a little floppy. I've got some red cabbage under here as well. That's nice. And now the Yorkie. I'll take a bite of this bad boy. Even though I put it in the oven for 10 minutes, that's a little spongy. I've made myself some gravy and I'm going to try it with some of that and see if anything improves. Nice thick gravy. That's better. So I'll put paid to this and then I'll come back and I'll give it a score. Well, I've finished eating now and I must say that was a bit of a struggle. I feel very full and I had to put a bit more of the mashed potato and another of the roasties in the leftover bowl. There was no way I could eat it all, although I did manage to eat the rest of the vegetables. Now my thoughts on the score. The Yorkshire pudding was a little bit spongy. It may have been better if it had been eaten yesterday, but nonetheless, I don't think it was a homemade one, and it might have been a little bit spongy by the end of service in any case. The cabbages were lovely. The white cabbage, which was Savoy, was a little overcooked for me. The carrots had a lovely full carroty flavour. The peas were overcooked. I did like the diced swede, but again for me it was slightly overcooked. The balls of stuffing, now they were like eating millet. They were not the best, although they were edible. The mashed potato was nice. The roasties had a nice flavour, but again they weren't crispy. They may have been crispy yesterday, but it is doubtful. Everything was enhanced with the drop of gravy, and I also had a cheeky little bit of mint sauce as well. That added a bit of vibrancy to the overall texture and flavour. The cauliflower was nice and tender, but there wasn't a huge amount of sauce and I couldn't detect much cheese. It was more like cauliflower in white sauce. And indeed it may have been, but it did look like it was cauliflower cheese. I just don't think the flavour of the sauce was very strong. When Dan ordered the food, it was ready straight away when we went to collect it, and it only cost £2.75. And apart from there only being one Yorkie, which in the bigger scheme of things didn't really matter, there was easily enough vegetables for 2 people. You could have it with maybe either a veggie nut cutlet perhaps, or if you're not vegetarian, you could have it with some meat of some description. There was plenty there, and when we collected it, it was piping hot as well. The container had split. This may have happened before I put it in the microwave, but in any case, it was a little bit annoying because when I took the container out, a bit of the vegetable fell on the floor. I was a bit peeved about that. I think the garden centre caters for people maybe with the more traditional taste for vegetables, which tends to be on the less al dente side than I prefer. The food probably does need to be a little softer to suit most tastes of the clientele, which includes a lot of older people and quite a few children as well. Would I have it again? Yes, I probably would. I would like to try it again fresh-ish on the same evening that we collect it. Marks out of 10, I'll probably give it a 6.8 to a 7. Probably 6.8. It's definitely good value for money. The food is prepared in a hygienic environment. The garden centre cafe is spotlessly clean. The quality of the vegetables is good. They had lots of flavour. It's just that the cooking of them for me is a bit up and down. So I'll give it a 6.8. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.